Hello and welcome back. I'm BeebleJoe and this is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Season 6. Last time we built this little plateau thing over here, and that's working pretty well. I spent a little bit of time doing some terraforming other things and put a couple more buildings, just conveyors and stuff, down here, and then I ended up with this. I really don't like it. I want to fix this. That's the main thing we're going to do today, and if we're really, really lucky and financially stable, that city can be turned on. But I have to think about that a little more. Alright, so how's it going? Well, it's fine. We should probably look at a couple things which should interest me. I don't look at them often enough. So how are we actually currently doing? We're importing 12 million. We're exporting 11 million. Not great. I do hope that the import is... Nope, the import is just materials. So we're hemorrhaging some money. We're exporting about as much as we're importing in vehicles, which is also not great. We're moving a little okay on the Western countries, but yeah, we just need more. We just need more. How we're currently doing? Currently, we're doing okay. So obviously, a lot of the imports are steel. 3 million. Electronics. This is going to be a problem relatively eventually because electronics will just increase in cost for a very long time, and I don't have a good way to stop it, which is not very helpful. But everything. Why are we importing asphalt? I have no idea where asphalt came from. Is there a construction office over here that's still importing stuff from somewhere? That's a distribution office. Road depot. Road depot. I have no idea why we imported asphalt. No clue. Not even a little bit. The cement makes sense. Anyways, yeah, but we need more money. I'm hoping that we can turn this guy on relatively soon. We have a few things ready to go now. I'm actually gonna... should I deploy the other construction office group? I think the answer is yes. But yeah, this is moving pretty good, pretty okay. It's doing all the things that we need to do. It just needs some power, so let's actually get that taken care of. I will be very oh yes. This is exciting. I did not assume that I would be able to get that in here, but apparently I can, and that is great. So get you assigned there. Build this, get a power line connected to that. Yeah, I'm excited that I can put one single substation there, and that should do all the things that we need it to do. Electricity, yes. This guy, yes. We have this. You know, we could just go underground. What's the underground one? Underground wire give 1.45. That's almost 1 megawatt less. No, we can't do that. I do want to handle whatever we do here, so what we're going to do is the trick that I usually employ when I do power lines now is just overlay them just like this, and then they don't look well, they still look terrible, but they only look terrible in one spot, and when you have to look at them, you just know, well, that's what I did here. The sad thing is you cannot drag it. If you drag them, it will not place them, and the wires will actually get really, really low to the ground, which is a little bothersome, but we get over it. So let's run this wire out here outside of where the rail is going to run later on, and then we can concentrate on actually building the Railyard, because I have some plans. I know exactly what I need to do to make the rail functional, at least for the purposes that I have for it. Oh, come on. Let me do... I was hoping it would actually let me do something clever there, but nope. We're going to run this outside the tree line, though, because that's... Okay, I just hit one tree. I'm okay with that. I want to run outside the tree line because I spent a lot of time actually putting that in. So there you go. There you go. There's one. There's one. There's one. Done. Build it. Cool. That should take care of things, and now we have power here, and that makes me feel better. Wonderful. So we have that done. Oh, I pushed the button at the wrong time. Yeah. What I want here. Well, first let's explain what we have. We have these are bauxite processing plants. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 bauxite processing plants here because it's just double what we had over here in this area. That should make sense. I have a storage here, a storage here, and a storage here. That should also make sense. Then I have a simple conveyor engine, 3 in, 1 out there, 3 in, 1 out here, and then a conveyor that splits everything up here. So it splits it into this, okay, that's good. Then continues more, this is the raw bauxite. This one splits it, this one combines it from this conveyor engine into here, and then this one splits it out into this guy, and this guy splits it out into the bauxite processing plants and this. Why? Because I needed a way to transport all the material, but also to have a place where material can be picked up later on by someone to sell it. So this is the way that it should work. And in addition to this, the conveyor belts actually have priorities, which is something I don't have to use a lot, but you can actually set priorities. So I can always set priorities for the bauxite processing plants higher than priorities to get stuff out here, which should make sense, right? That's exactly what we want. Cool. Then I have one guy to pick up the material from there. The other one that I have is right here, and this is the problem. It effectively spits out what we want. We have the 2 bauxite processing plants here. They feed into this aggregate storage, which is fine. 2 can feed into 1. I think that is fair. We have another one pretty much set up the same way here. I just set it up so that we have room to get the roads underneath it. And we get it all in there. And then we have here a combining conveyor engine that feeds it into this aggregate storage. And from there, I'm trying to just export it. I have connected multiple conveyor belts because I'm pretty sure that doubles the throughput here. So we should be able to fill up trains a little faster than with just one conveyor belt. And I should probably make a test about that. I just haven't yet. But that's where we are. But this is not good because I don't have any good way for either a rail distribution office to get in here and, well, have a couple trains wait at least, or to even set up some lines to have more trains running here. Either way, I don't like this setup. So what we're gonna do is get these guys, all of them, and redo this thing because that is the first thing that I want to redo today. Oh, and before you ask, is this going to be one of those setups that's going to be way too big for what I'm actually needing? Yes, absolutely. I don't think there should be any doubt about that whatsoever. Oh, and I do have this guy here. This is, I replaced the ones that had the bulldozers and I just got a couple excavators. These are the only ones I can currently use, but they are in the way now. So let's fix that. I think that's a pretty good spot right here to plop down a depot. Simply put, they are in the way because the rail has to go where they're currently sitting. So let's do this, get something in there, get these guys relocated. They're actually a lot faster than the other excavators, just on the road, which is awesome. And they're not a lot slower for actually the doing the doing thing, the terraforming thing. And let's make sure that we're not missing something. This all looks fine, and we're not being super expensive on the building thing, so that is good. I still want to put, actually this one, I don't like the layout of you anymore, so let's take you back. I still want to put a collection here, so we have a large aggregate storage there, we have a large aggregate storage here. That is good. That can combine the 2 bauxite processing, or the 4 bauxite processing plants. Then with an engine, that engine means it will pull from those storages, which is exactly what we want. And then we just have to combine it into another place. What's important is that the final location is connected via a direct connection without a conveyor. Otherwise, a rail distribution office cannot go there effectively. It can still go there, just not effectively. That's the only difference. So let's make sure that we have this. I don't think I'm going to move that road. I may move this here because there is, if we look at the contour lines, there is some room in the back that we could be using. So may as well take this just back a little bit so I have some more room to play with. We could flatten all of this out, obviously, but where's the fun in that? Now, I think, again, I still like having a good storage here, so we're just going to go back to that. Large aggregate storage. Could we use more storage than this. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely we could, but I don't think it is necessary or frugal to do that here, because now we have 6,000 tons of bauxite stored in this one thing, and chances are, if I do this right, that we're never going to have a lot of material stashed. It's always just going to be temporary, which is exactly what we want. So that looks good. Now we could use a couple of the modded conveyor belts, or just the normal ones. I do like staying vanilla as much as possible. So here we're just going to use one that runs really parallel to the road that we already have here, as much as possible. Probably out here should be just fine. I actually like that the medium and the medium kind of, it's level, so it just moves the conveyor stuff around. And you know me, I'm not a big fan of just having conveyors going on forever. Obviously we have conveyors coming down from the mountain, but that feels quite normal. Normal, I would almost say, but one may disagree, so there's that. Let's start building more and more of the stuff up here while we can. I would also like to get into this a little more. What is the problem here? You have not completed everything there. That's our problem. That's fine. Cool. Yes. So now I want trains to be able to come out here and pick up something eventually. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Have no idea. And the likelihood of this actually getting hooked up is really low. let's not kid ourselves, but there's a chance that will sometime actually happen. It looks like, what do we have here? You have a good foot connection up there, 257 meters. That's fine. Now these need a lot of workers, so what I'm going to do is I will get a couple buses that I'm going to use later on anyways, because we need to bring workers up there. I'm going to use the biggest bus that I have, total capacity that is here, 135. Okay, give me 2 of you. There you go. And we're just going to set them up like this. One will go here, and I may add something. Actually, don't want you there. I just want you to go in here. Building is not finished. I thought I can just deliver them straight into there, but apparently not. So I'm just going to send you here. You can go. And we're just going to assign them to just go work in that building, because we can't currently have them work here. I don't know that there's any way for me to build a tunnel up to this. Like, even if I tried hard, this is almost 300 meters already. Going up this hill is just going to take a lot longer. So yeah, this is just going to take a lot longer to build, but that's also not the end of the world. And that's fine. So now I just bought a second bus for no good reason, but I guess we'll be fine. Cool. Back to the more fun thing, building rail. So what I want is a scenario where the rail can freely move with enough queuing space that I could set up lines, or enough queuing space where even when a couple of rail distribution offices send trains out here, which honestly, that part won't happen because a rail distribution office is set so that will only come out if there's enough bauxite stashed. If there's not enough bauxite stashed, it just doesn't care and it won't do anything. So you will generally only see one train going out to the places like that if you run without lines. But I would also like to set up a line for it because I think it feels nicer. I'm going to set these to higher priority so we can actually get these tunnels done. Because otherwise that's not going to happen. What I changed, I did turn this signal around so that no train can enter here, which is hopefully better for everyone. Because, well, otherwise stuff was blocked here. that was not helpful. You go do that. I guess I can put a chain signal right here. And then, yeah, this block is a little shorter than what I want it to be, but it should all work out. And that's nice. Something that I would really want, and this is why I'm tempted to turn on the city, even without a lot of money, is turn on these guys, because if I can run this at 100% almost all the time, plus if I can run this near 100% almost all the time, we should see a huge increase in productivity and a huge increase in money coming in, and that is probably worth it. It's probably worth it. Anyways, let's go back to the task at hand. So we're here. Bauxite is coming in. Cool. There is another engine here. Yes, they all cost a lot of steel, that's fine, but I think it should be okay. And yeah, where do we go? I want... What do we have here? This is the raw bauxite, and this is the real bauxite. Now, the engines can transport either at the same time if they're connected. So that is an option you have, but if I set it up that way, then my then an engine would be connected to the loading station, which is not what I want. I want the storages to be connected to the loading stations. So let's see where there is a good place to put a loading station. Actually, two of them, because we want both bauxite and raw bauxite to be loaded here, both at the same time. And we'll see how that goes. So, train aggregate loading. Problem with train aggregate loading is it's set up so that it can only receive from one side. And if I wanna... I'm gonna do trains first. If I want to set them up like this, then I have to find a way to fit everything in here and have the conveyors run appropriately. Now, I don't know that I love this, but this is a good start, because what I what I'm assuming I want is some way for trains to actually turn around here. And this will be the harder turn to make. So let's turn you around. Let's not forget that there is traffic potentially at some point joining us here. Maybe this is what I should do. If I make you the main line, this one can kind of join into this main line. That's sort of what it was earlier. And then have this part of the track just join onto this. Still unconnected for now. Don't want to connect it right away. And you know me, I like to build ridiculously large rail setups like this. So don't judge me and don't complain about it. It's just what I like to do. And you should try it yourself, because it's fun when you actually make it work. I'm not saying that I'll make it work most of the time, but there you go. Now we have two loading stations that could work. I do still need to have them set up to actually put the connections where I need them. And the length of the conveyor belts here is really secondary, because as long as it works, and I know that these two work, so that shouldn't be surprising. There looks to be a little bit of room in here for a road. That's nice. All I really need now is to make these cooperate. And they don't. They don't have to. I think either I make everything go a little lower, which I think I can. Let's see, what is our height here? Our height currently at this rail is 10 meters, and we are already at 14 meters here. That's good. Over here is 6 meters. If I put everything at this height, I think, yeah, this is 6 meters. If I put everything at this height, we may be in a really, really good spot. So let's try that. I did sell my bulldozers, so we'll see how this goes. Terrain tool. Do we have any bulldozers available? Nope. Okay, so let's just watch the terrain lines a little bit. Just a little trick for most of you that have watched this channel know this. If you don't have bulldozers available and the second way you need them, but you have excavators available, you can always use larger buildings to like flatten something out, because the excavators do a relatively good job and relatively quick job at doing exactly that. So that is an option you can play with. It's just, as you can see, it's a little more finicky when you actually have an area that you already have semi-flat, and we're like, oh, did you mean to do this? Did you mean to do that? But it works. It works. 8 meters is pretty much where I want to end up. So that is our current height. Also, using this trick, you can get a lot steeper cliffs. I think I mentioned that last time too. But it's up to you. It's really up to how much do you actually care to place these down, because as you can see, there's still a contour line, right here, but the building is fine with it. The building's like, yeah, this is there's almost no difference, so I can totally be placed down here. All right, let's do this again. And there are a couple other options that we have. We can raise the height where this one is placed and raise the height where this one is placed. That's also an option. I just don't want to make, I want to actually make it look nice. Let's replicate what we had earlier, which was this one was somewhat standing here. Probably not that far out, actually. This one, let's do this one first. You turn you around because I want the road on this side. Put it as close to here as possible. That looks fine. And then this, if I can align it so that the rail can fit right through two of those conveyor belt feet, maybe this already... Not just maybe, this totally already works. And then just have you come out a little bit. If you don't see those lines popping out, that means the angle is straight. There's no angle, which is what we want in this case. So then you connect to here, I like it. And you just, I'm making these extra long just so I can fit a, come on, a signal, a semaphore or a signal in there. So now we have this connection the way that I need it. The one thing that I haven't done, I probably should have done just a second ago, was make sure that I can have both of my conveyor belts connected here, which, as you can see, we can't. But because I know the first conveyor already worked, I have high hopes that if we put these like this, coming from the same source, they should be set up so that the pillars are in the same location. This one, yeah, the game does this. The game does this too much, where there are multiple methods to do the same thing, but they yield different results. It's not what I appreciate about the game, but the game does a lot of other things really well. So let's just leave it at that. Let's see, if I put you out there, if I put you here, yeah. Sometimes they're just a little too close together and they don't wanna cooperate. Let's see. If I can get them really close, I would prefer that, but no, I have to do 1 and 3. And that's fine. That's fine. That will work. This is already connected the way that I need it to be connected. And now let's figure out what our actual storage is. Let's turn the grid lines off. The actual storage that we have is, I count these as 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 tons of raw bauxite plus 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 tons of processed bauxite. Both great. If we want to do aluminum or anything else later on, no problem. We can totally do that right here, and we don't even have to. But there is our rail exit. That's just the exit side for this. I think we can do something here. I am very certain that I can probably, yeah, we can probably sneak it in there, that it doesn't look like it's a silly junction here. I'm more okay with it because there's a longer lead. Okay, great. The only problem that I have, or that exists here now, is that this rail is on the outside. On the outside. Usually it's on the, well, it's on the opposite side of where it usually goes. Now we could probably play this so that this is the in, but you're gonna have to cross your other rail at some point. And honestly, because these two are not really ever gonna be used that much, and if they are, there's not gonna be super long trains on it, I'm not terribly worried about it. Why should I be? Okay. Next things. I would like this Railyard here. I know it's not a Railyard yet, and let's make sure that we assign enough construction to everything else that's going on. That looks good. Assign that to group 2. That also looks good. I would really like this one to actually get done, because that means this one and this one to get done. Because if I have those two done, I'm actually going to start producing some uranium, and once I start producing uranium, these two can actually spit out some processed uranium, and we can start exporting that, and that will be wonderful. Really wonderful. How's stuff going over here? We're still not, we're already at this one? That is great. No, we're not at that one. We're still in this one. And assigned to construction office. It's not assigned to construction office because this guy is not done. You need something. I did set you to high priority, but apparently, oh, what are you doing? Just go home. Just go home. I don't want to see you right now. Just go home. Yeah, that's fine. Where are you going? You're hopefully going to the same thing. What have you loaded? There's like nothing loaded on this guy. What's your problem? We're out of money again because this thing is just so bogged up that we can never produce our normal amounts that we produced before. And the only reason I continually take out more money right now is that we can actually pay our debts without accruing penalties, which the penalty is already in the next loan that I take out. It's not great, but it could be a lot worse. So we're just going to have to continue doing that. The city is already done building. The only things that are currently building are vehicles and, well, the stuff that we're currently working on. But I would say they are both, at least, have a high potential of returns. How's this going? You have just like 100 more days, and, well, you have a tiny amount loaded. That's just lame. So babysitting is what I have to do there. Obviously, at some point I want to get this stuff done, and there's also the question I have asked myself, can I run a secondary line that bypasses all of this? And looking at this right now, I think the answer is yep, yes I can. This pillar is a little bit in the way, but I even can turn off this pillar just for a second because we can totally run a bridge over all of this. Yes, we're gonna plan on that here in just a second when we're done with this. I think that's a worthwhile investment. Okay, so now we have these two yards set up that can work with lines and they can work with distribution offices, which is awesome. The next things we need is just a couple straight lines. This is an inn. I have to remember that, and this is an inn. Okay, 2 inns, relatively long. How long do we need them to be? Well, I think a long train. Actually, these may be just okay. Well, okay. Babbling on a lot. The length of these loading and unloading stations is about 100 meters, maybe 110. I don't know. This is not exact. The rail distribution offices are also near that length, not much longer than that. Let's do this one. You do 160 meters. That's the longest train that the rail distribution office will spit out. So having more than that, really not necessary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself a little wiggle room. Let's make it here-ish. We're going to cut it off there. And here, this is not symmetric, I hope. I'm going to cut it off here, and we have about 180 meters. That should totally fit all my rail distribution office trains, and also other trains that I would create. Because if you go much longer than that, and at some point they become a nuisance on your network, which is what we would like to avoid. So that should be fine for now. Let's get this a length of 200 meters, honestly, is fine. So get you there, get you here. Obviously, they're almost the same. There you go. And then a 47 meter switch over. Perfect. And now you can have 4 trains waiting here, plus 2 trains in there. 6 trains feels more than enough, and not total overkill like I normally do. So I'm actually quite all right with that. Now, what is the total length here from right here? It's about 300 meters. No, 400 meters. That's 400 meters. Okay, good to know. So let's try to... Ooh. Do you think the game will let me do this? I'm going to go with probably not, but if you do, that will be super. The only problem that I have with this is I don't know that I'm perfectly aligned. I can't even place them. It's green, but I can't place them. So, well, there's that. I don't know if that means it's not assigned yet or what's going on, but it didn't let me place it. So we're just going to do this instead. About 400 meters out. No, this is important. I don't want any angle lines. There's an angle line. I don't, there's a little wiggle room here. This is not perfect, but I don't want any angle lines. So 400 meters, cool. Give me a second one. Nice. Then this first one is out. Just want it to look close, 70 meters. 70 meters out that way, which is approximately there. And then, yeah, 47 meters is what the other one is at the end. So let's just call it that. Make this one 200 meters on both sides. Wow. Wow. This is actually working. I really like how it looks. And then 47 meters here, 47 meters here. Now we have a relatively ridiculous amount of Railyard here, but I don't think it's completely overkill because they can do everything that they need to do. Wonderful. Now, these have to connect to something, and I'm glad I stopped at 400 meters and then started looking because yes, this is pretty close. These two are obviously closest to everything, and I'm going to start from the inside, the tightest inside turn that we have to care about, which is this one. This turn actually doesn't feel super terrible. And then we'll do the same trick, or whatever you want to call it. I'll make this a straight line. And then you just wiggle around here. And let's see, I also want the other piece to wiggle around here. Yes, it did a little bit. You can do 4 wide, I think that... Yeah, I'm just doing some terraforming here, hoping that will make whatever we're doing next look a little nicer, but there's always a high chance of something just looking a little off because that's how the game does it. But this, I think, is pretty close. A nice swooping action of the rail. That's always something that we want to look for. Then this one can connect right to that point. I think that should be good. This is supposed to split all the trains that we care about, and this should be fine. Then this again is the tight inside turn. Yes, you connect right on the node. That is what I wanted. And this make you something nice and straight. Now this is not a real block. These blocks are really short and trains will not fit in them, so we shouldn't make them too long, otherwise they're really anti-functional, but it'll get us there. And then we can just say this is really the exit route that we want, okay? But you already see that there's a problem. There's these 2 tracks out there that we also have to satisfy. So something that we can do, that I could do, that I will do. Yes, I just decided that that is a nice option. Yay, we owe over 2 million, even though that's what I just took out, but it's not as bad as it looked. We're going to take this back just a little bit, up to here, I guess. And then we're going to give ourselves one... I thought I wanted it there, but this itself is a relatively long junction that could be used, but I also have the option of just hooking into this. And here's the thing, I don't hate this one. I don't hate this one at all. Where are my... There are my excavators. I just didn't want to work there. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go off of this one. The only problem here is that there's this... No, don't do that. Don't do that. The problem there is if I do connect it from here, then there is a slight chance that something is blocking something in this general area. So we could run 2 more lines all the way up here and connect what we need to connect for the main line to work. It's not really necessary, but it will be something that we could do. I can also just run a line from here. I should just figure this out before I record the episode, shouldn't I? No. No, it's not what I do. So the other option is crossing not allowed, obviously. The other option is just tagging along here again, something that we already did. And now this, there's a little kink, there's a tiny kink that I can barely see. I think that one I'm very happy with. Is this needed? No, I don't think so. I don't think this is needed. It's just, to me, it signalizes that this is separate, that this is a separate thing. And now that one, why aren't you terraforming? You should be doing something useful. There we go. It's doing something now. Oh, it's not terraforming because I'm snapped to something over here, and that's what's throwing it off. We can work with that. Let's get you here and then continue out all the way here. That is fine. Then this one can be our main leavage line, our main line to leave, and this is the this is just the crossover that we need to make happen eventually. That should be fine. That should be it. What we need for that should be what we need for this area. Actually, I really do like these quad sections. They are not perfectly flat though. They're not perfectly flat at all. What can I do to make this better? I think there are things, and that's the problem here. I don't want to do it, but I think there definitely are things to make this look a lot better down the road. Yes, they are a little uphill, but you know, there's just a lot, and this is a rail yard. These lines that run out here, they look fine, and the ones in the back are also fine. But what we see over here is just not quite right. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see, we have a node right here. Let's use that node as our guiding point. That's what I'm gonna call it. And then we can just remove all of this stuff and do several different things. The first thing is probably, actually I don't think I need that. As long as we're snapped, we can snap like this. Okay, and it's, excavators are doing something. You can barely tell, but they're definitely doing something. Do the same thing over here. They pretend that it's flat. Is it really flat? It's hard for me to believe because I saw how it looked before. Yeah, but they're not really complaining. I think maybe there were just a bunch of bumps right in the middle of the thing, and that was really it. That looks a lot better. At least as good as the game is going to let me get it without going overly crazy. How's this going here? Yeah, this is just a very slight, what you call it? Very slight slope. So let's do this again. 70 something right here, 47 meters right here. Well, I would call that better. You could judge it also by, well, this is now going uphill for trains. That is stupid. Yep, oh well. Cool, look what's done. This guy's done. And you're producing. Are you producing? You are producing without issues. Are you, wait, are you getting... Oh, okay. Okay, yes. Oh no, wait. I was so confused. I was like, why is there nothing going into the storage? What's happening here? It's clearly that this is just something that looks like it's almost done, but it's not done because there's still 2,000 days to work. I also looked at the mechanisms on construction site. I'm like, what? What's happening? But I'm surprised that tunneling actually says that there are mechanisms that could go here. It would be really cool if it tells you mechanisms on construction site, allowed mechanisms. How about that? But that's not what we're getting. You're doing about the same thing. Yeah, no. I think this is a rail yard worth having. You could, if you do the same thing or something similar, you could play with this to say that this line will just get a bridge that snakes over this and over this, but honestly, I don't expect this, and it also needs a crossover at some point. Why don't we just do that before we're done? Let's make a crossover here and here. There you go. Having a crossover here is, well, is necessary, but you don't have to cross right here if you don't want to, but honestly, there's hopefully barely ever going to be a train in this area. So this should be fine and working okay-ish. Okay-ish is the operative word. I think I like it. I think I like what's going on here. That's a quick save. That's what I wanted. And we can continue. Let's assign this. Cool. Moving on. How is our tunneling going? Our tunnel is still not done. You are parked here. You are so slow. It takes forever. It just takes forever. It's ridiculous. But I do hope that piece It's going to help everything that we're doing in the future. Then this one will come here. That is fine. I should plan for my exit though. So let's plan this. Oh yes. That's not going to help me because the power lines are right here. So I need a little bit of finesse. Just a little bit. What are you? Overlaps with existing construction. I'm too close to the power lines is what it's telling me. Okay, there we go. I do want to be close to the power lines, but not too close. Let's see. Let's go as straight as we can because I don't want to mess with anything. And then go underneath these power lines. That's good. Yes, this is going to take a little while to build, but I don't need this piece done right away. I need everything else done right away. This piece can stick around for a long time and be unfinished because, well, I don't think that the bauxite setup is going to get done for a while at least. How are you doing? 1,500 days still. Wow, that's hurtful. Okay. So yeah, we have that piece. Now we can choose. We can either have another super slow tunnel build, or get away from that. Now, there's something to be said in adding a crossover here. But thinking about it, there is nothing that comes from there besides coal that could even use this. So that's probably not necessary. But that's just underlining again that this was a terrible decision in the beginning. And I should have never done it this way, but I did. So now I am dealing with it as good as I can. I think this is where I want the junction to reconvene. Let's see if we can get something. Semaphore. Semaphore should not stop me from doing this. That's silly. Let's take you two out just for a minute. And give me this. Semaphore, waypoint, rail signals, something. There we go. Not there. There. Okay. This is how far I want the stuff that I'm adding there to go. And I'm very hopeful that that's just going to work. Okay. And then you... Oh, didn't connect that right. You run up here. Shallow track is okay, even though, yeah, there's a little bit of a curve here. I think I'm just gonna get over that and allow it. And now, yeah, I need a bridge here. I need some bridge, and I think the right bridge to go on is something that's effectively parallel to the road bridge that we already have. And we'll see how that looks. F2 for, yep, that looks right. Give me a bridge that we can actually use here. This one is probably appropriate. Don't know if you can tell, but I was very hopeful, and that hope was placed well. Yes! That's perfect. That is perfect. I don't have a bridge that exactly matches what's going on over there, but this I can sell. This I can deal with. Yeah, there's a little kink there. I don't even care. This is going to be perfect. Is this going to take forever to get built? Absolutely. But it does exactly what I want it to do. Let's do this just every little bit at a time, because the game is already complaining. It's like, no, you can't do this. I'm like, no, but I need to. Don't have a choice. It's also complaining that there's a road that's too close, so it doesn't want to let me terraform as much as I want to, but now I'm far enough away from the road, and it's like, yeah, you can terraform now. Okay, game. Just a little more. There we go. I know there's too steep of a descent. Nobody's questioning that. I can probably take these back just a little bit. Yes, I'm using bulldozer. It's a stupid idea because you're gonna delete something that you didn't mean to delete, and then you're gonna be very, very unhappy. But I'm still doing it. What could possibly go wrong? That's good, that's good, that's good. It's just there's a little bit of a tick there that won't let me terraform like this. So let's see if we can trick it with some old school excavators, and it looks like we can. We're getting enough out of this where the peripheral adjustment that happens with the excavators is probably good enough for what we need. Now you, still too steep. Not too steep, it's just not liking exactly what I'm doing, but this is perfect. That's doing exactly what I need to do. Great. These guys are doing what they need to do. Great. Yeah, I like it. The only thing we're going to have to do here is actually add a quick mix signal right on these nodes so that they don't block what's happening on the existing rail. Very nice. I managed to spend all of my money again, so that is excellent, but this is worth it. This is very much worth it. Okay, you know what else we need to do? We need to look at the area up here. Currently, it looks like we have almost everything done. Aww. This is a little disappointing. Can you see the problem? The problem is that I have a little piece of electrified rail here that connects to this tram railroad connection, but does not get any power from a tram railroad connection. So for this little piece, I will have to build my own little rail power grid connection thingamabob. Wonderful. Love it. Love every second of that. Well, that's what I get from running trams. Yeah, I really forgot about this because there's no other way to get... Well, yes, there is. There's a tram depot that you can put somewhere, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Because you can't import trams that way. The truck cannot carry trams that are that size. That's what I'm really getting at. How are we running out of money? What are you buying? What are you currently buying? Where are you? What is so expensive? This better be steel. Just 2 wagons full of steel? Really? Ow. Ow. That hurts. I need this uranium to be done like yesterday. Oh, 100 days. Perfect. We can actually turn that on. Is that a good place? Is that a good place to be? I think it's a good place to be. Come on, couple more days, and then we can turn this whole shebang on. That's exactly what we need. Then I can see if I can force myself to get any way up here. There's a pedestrian tunnel. F3 to see underground. And if I do something like this. No. Can we do a bunch of these? Stairs, escalators, stairs. Yes. If we do a bunch of these. Just trying it. I'm not... Actually, no. Why even try it? I don't even think we're close enough to do anything about that. There we go. No drinking water. That is something we can easily fix. Are workers going this way? Why did you not pick up anyone? What happened? What's happening here? There are no workers waiting. No money. No workers. No nothing. Where'd my money go? What are you guys doing here? You are steel. We are exporting power, so these don't just turn around either, which is not necessarily a good thing. Where do you bring this? You're bringing it all the way over here. So this is for the metro builders here. That's not a bad way to spend money. Oh, there's $1 million coming. $1 million coming in. Wonderful. Okay. What do I need? I need water currently and sewage for this general area. Water we have right here. What is going on? You're empty. That's not good. You're not empty. You are empty. Not good. Not good at all. So 16,000 is our breaking point for water, huh? Is that our actual problem? How much water do we move? We move 150. 150 cubic meters of water is what I see for the movement. I don't think the big well's turned on. It doesn't have power. It's because we only have 2 small wells currently connected to this whole system. This one we could turn on, but we don't have a power supply for it. Okay, let's fix that. Wow, I am glad I just saw that. Because we definitely have enough production left to make all of this run. It's just, I'm just going to put this really far out here so I don't have to worry about it. Give me the medium voltage line that we have here. There are a couple connections wide open here. Okay. That one can go through here. Let's assign that to the right group of everyone. And yeah, once this water turns on, I'm hoping that we produce what we need. How are we doing here? It's just this guy. This guy's out of water, which means, are you guys... You're not complaining about a water shortage, but we're just producing enough. So where does the water come from? There's the water tower. We go all the way down here, over here. That's the long one still. You go out there. Yeah, it looks like... Oh. Yeah, it's just moving 60 cubic tons of water a day. Is this a direct connection? No. Yeah, this one is full. The other one just isn't. So, no, actually, I think this is the one. Yeah, we definitely we have more than enough capacity. Once this one turns on, we just need this to get completed, and it shouldn't take very long because we have all the materials that we need for this to make it happen, and then we should be good. Woo! Where's my $1 million? $1 million coming right here. Where are you? $1.1 million. That will be grand. We are producing stuff. Stuff is right there. We are turning stuff into uranium oxide. Cool. Set it to that. No, not when you run out. It's just, it doesn't matter. We're fine. It's turning it into what we want. We need drinking water here. Okay. Let's bring some drinking water down there. We need a water substation. What does this really do? Okay, there's a place for this that I want. What does water really do? It doubles, it halves your production if you don't have it, and that's bad. That's really all. How are we doing on sewage here? There's a sewage line running there. It looks like I did not put a sewage switch in here, which is stupid. But that's okay. Let's see what our overflow, what our water flow looks like. Not that. Yes, water pressure, water flow, sewage flow. Our sewage flow is... Wasn't there one with numbers for sewage? That's all water. Huh. Nope. Not helpful. I thought that was one that would tell me the actual flow for sewage right now, but apparently not. Water flow is fine. Sewage flow is... Oh, there. 8, 11. Yeah, there's more than enough room to put a sewage connection in there. We'll just disconnect everything for a little while, which is probably not what we want. So potentially easier, let's give me a medium one. What could be easier is just to build another sewage discharge up there, because I don't expect a lot of sewage to actually be produced by this little area. So flip you, put you right there. This is where I want you. Let's do this. Give me a little cliffside like that. Don't have to be complicated. Doesn't have to be super pretty. Sewage discharge, T to flip. Look at it this way. Oh, come on. There it is. I placed it. Good. We need just a simple dirt footpath. Doesn't have to be super here. There you go. Someone built that, please. You get on that. We need the same footpath here. You looked the wrong way. That's okay. You connect there. 9, 1. Get this one going. That looks good. That is fine. Then I need money still. I don't think the rail has arrived yet that I'm selling, so there's that. Let's see. Can I place this with all 4 in mind? Looks like we can right here. There's several places actually, which is wonderful. Have you point... Yes. Yes, right here. Have you point in that direction. Give me the medium-sized one. Align you right here, and then we should be good to go for all of that. Number 1, get on this. Number 2, get on this too, because then we can get a little extra materials faster, hopefully. Cool. Out of money again. Where is my moneymaker? Moneymaker is, well, that's steel being bought again. Of course it is. There's my moneymaker. You are the one that I want to have to go in there first. That's just going to take a little while. Now, we have 1 ton of uranium oxide. How much is that worth? Like 5k. It's not a lot. That's just, we're not we're not producing enough here at the uranium mine, which means I can probably, for the time being, turn this one off entirely, so nobody goes in here, and then set this one to less, so that this can actually start filling up a little bit. I think that is a prudent decision right now. What are you getting? Bricks. At least bricks are not expensive, but I also don't like that there's a train with just one moving, one wagon moving around, but that is what it is. Can't really fix it. Water. Yes. Are you on? You are on. Now, are you on? Yes, you are. I figured. I figured it was just an input problem, not really an output problem. Because we should have seen that a long time ago if that was a real problem. Let's get this assigned to construction offices again, because that's what we do around here. These rails, I don't really care what happens to them. How's it going over here? F3 for underground. You're almost done. 300 more days. You still have to do a lot of stuff, laying bricks and all that jazz. But we're getting close. We're getting closer to these being completed. And honestly, next time I come back, it's probably going to be completed. There's a guy going in there. Something that I considered is I can remove at least 2 trains here, passenger trains that currently go to the vehicle production line up here if I turn on the city. Not cool. Not cool. It does not look like there is a fire coverage from this guy for... Oh, that's fine. We don't have fire trucks right now. That's better than the alternative. I thought that was just... They weren't able to get there because it's behind all of this stuff. But no, it looks like they can. They can actually make it. Yes. This one, assign it, go. Ooh, a bridge is done. Ooh, 2 bridges are done. Did you pick up that you're building something over here? Nope, you have not. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm gonna let this build for like a year. Maybe that even does something to the money that I owe. That'd be cool, right? And we just have to go from there. I actually don't want you to work on this right now, and I don't want you to work on this right now because we don't have the tunnel borer in this area. Cool. There you go. What else do I have? Nothing really. I would like to export some uranium, but it's not really... We don't have the people... Well, we do have the people now. How do we have the people now? The people weren't there before. Where are you? There you are. Go. Assign it to this bus. And this bus, go. How many people can we fit in here? 100. And, well, I guess if the bus is full, that would actually work. But, yeah, there needs to be a lot more stuff going on there. Because this is not moving fast enough. 2 tons. 2 tons of uranium oxide, which are worth exactly... uranium oxide. 10,000. 10,000 is not nothing. That's like a day of interest. So just having one truck export that every day would be wonderful. But... I need a lot more. You're empty. That's good. Oh, you guys are also working on these. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to concentrate on making money, not on building these things. I won't assign them. I'll just let them do their thing. Do you have another 100 people? Close. Cool. Yeah. A lot of stuff still building. A lot of money still owed. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There really is. Why are you building this? Stop building it. Cool. That's what I have for now. I think the rest is self-explanatory. It's just the junction is blocked. These guys are blocking it. Yeah, bauxite. At least it looks like they haven't been blocking each other for a while, which is good. But yeah, once they start blocking my bauxite trains, we have a real problem. But there's bauxite sitting here, just no raw bauxite, so that's unfortunate. Hey, we have some dollars, actually. That's a pretty good buffer that I didn't expect to have. Trying to find other problems. Dragging us out a little bit. I don't really know why, because there's no reason to. And all of this needs to get built. How are we doing up here? Most of the roads are done. That's neat. And they started constructing on those. Honestly, I don't need that because there's nothing going on down here. And we need some money. So here's what I'm actually going to do. Stop doing stuff in this area. It's not worth it. Nope, nope, nope. I need uranium to start going first. Once I have a lot of uranium coming in, we can talk about all the other possibilities. But not just yet. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. I remember one thing. I figured that having just... Do I really want workers from here to go other places? I think that's fine because we don't have... Well, no. I'm trying to figure out if I want to reassign these workers somehow, or if I should just let them do whatever they're doing. I think I want to let them do whatever they're doing. Because if I start reassigning them, then people from here, nobody would make it to the fire station. That would be bad. I don't want that. So yeah, we're just going to leave it the way it is. That should be fine. Water should be coming in. These should be producing a lot more. Right now, just 10 tons. That's not good enough. Need a little more than that. But they're getting there. They're getting there. And then we can start exporting this. And yeah, no, this is fine. Sorry, I'm just babbling on. I'm excited that things are actually moving the way that I need them to move. Need them to move a little faster, but I think we're doing quite all right. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time, and bye-bye.